Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing on this Thursday morning? This is Reganelite here. Hello, guys. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you enjoyed Dave McGinnis' show. Some of you may have also come from Good Morning Graham Hughes as well. Hope you guys enjoyed that show as well. Looked in it for a little bit, but I've literally been working in the background. I'm literally multitasking. I'm literally was working on this as well as working on wrestling content as well as listening to Dave McGinnis and Graham Hughes. Like, oh my god, and I got so much to do today. Fun, guys. But welcome to it's Thursday, the 16th of October, 2025 at 11 a.m. or just gone 11 a.m. here in the morning. We are dual streaming. I'll get my words out. Live on youtube.com/Reganelite and on twitch.tv/Reganelite1. If you're on either platform, if you happen to be on Twitch, feel free to hit that follow button and the bell notification icon so you'll be notified of when I go live. If you're here on YouTube, if you can, hit that like button and there's a bell notification icon on there so you'll also be notified of when I go live. Doesn't always work though. Sometimes you've got to turn the bell off and turn it back on so you'll be notified when I go live. But just like when we're going to be going live later on tonight at 8 p.m, myself and One Angry Pagan with an Eco Flake show. Do join us for that if you can. And just for reference as well, as I almost forgot the daily quota. Just as also as a reminder as well, we will normally do on this show, for those who are new here, we do the daily quota, today's daily quota. We look at the weather report and then we'll look at the news. We're going to be looking specifically at UK news today. And tomorrow we're going to look at a bit of UK and a bit of world, all that kind of jazz there. So let's see who's in the chat before we get going. Just run through the names. Matty von Eric, good to see you there. Good morning to you. Stephen Banker, Counter Kiev, Pete's Music, Aliston Kia, Ellie, good to see you there. Scott Hayes, Percy Impersonator, Janet, good to see you there. One Angry Pagan, good to see you there, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, thanks for that, Aliston. Appreciate it. Okay, Monk. Okay, bye. You know, if that's the first thing you're gonna say, bye, silly person. Who else have we got here? Russell Cannon, good to see you there as well. Hope you are doing well. I think I've covered everyone that said hello. Hope you guys are all doing well. Okay, let's start, of course, with today's daily quota, guys. Yeah, for some reason the weather app is working again. The map is working again. I don't know what happened to it before, but apparently it's working again, guys. Anyways, let's start. So, let's see today, 16th of October. Here we go, guys. Here it is, if you can see it for yourself. There, Oak-Free Wimpy there for today's one. And here it is. I'll read it out to you. Leadership is about empathy. It's about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. Leadership is about empathy. It's about having the ability to relate to and connect with people for the purpose of inspiring and empowering their lives. I think that's a lovely one. That's a really lovely one from Oprah there. That's a really, really nice one. That's a very good one. That's a very good one there. Didn't really pay as much attention to it yesterday when we turned it over as I did, but that was a very nice one there, for sure. Oh, you remember that person? Well, you know, like to be fair, like if the first thing is if you're gonna make comments like that, like you're not even, if you're not even gonna have a like even if you have disagreements with my views or views of people in the chat. You know, if you're just going to come in and just come out like that without actually any constructive wording to it, you're just getting yourself dismissed straight away. Like have a proper conversation instead of just saying, "Oh, it's all doom and gloom." Like, yeah, it's very sad, you know. You know, you want people to listen to you. You're not going to listen to people by just making comments like that. Very silly. So here is the weather, guys, for today at 7 o'clock. No rain again, as we looked at already. But we can see some of the temperatures we've got here in Europe there. We see Madrid 21, Lisbon 23, Rome 19, and Nice 20 there. Zagreb 10, Vienna 11, Bern 9, Prague 11, Warsaw 10. Where's the wind? Let's put the wind on. Kiev 7 degrees, very cold in Kiev, of course. Paris 13, Oslo 7 there. Up in Iceland 8 degrees, very cold there. Edinburgh, should not have done that with my mouth. That was not very good. Now it's making me cough. Edinburgh 9 degrees, Belfast 11, Manchester 12, London 14 there. And that's just 7 o'clock in the evening, so that's pretty chilly temperatures for later on tonight here. Just have a quick look, a quick nose at some of the other temperatures in and around parts of England here in the Midlands and in the east here. 12, 13, 11 degrees. Excuse me. As we go into the evening later on today, these are the temperatures as what we're expecting. No rain forecast again, so you can put your washing out as long as it doesn't get blown away. If it gets blown away, I'm not holding any responsibility for that. That is your own fault. 10, 20, 13 degrees there in some parts. A bit chilly, nothing that we don't expect really there, but 10 and 12 degrees. This is, bear in mind, this is later on today at 7 o'clock is what the temperatures are expecting around this time, according to the BBC. 9 degrees, but as you go further up into Scotland, you can see the colder temperatures there. 10, 9, 8, very chilly for our friends up in Scotland there. Dunbar 10, Dundee 11 there, so a little bit, tiny bit warmer, but nothing that you don't expect around this season anyway. It's perfectly normal to have these kind of temperatures, to be fair, at this time. Zoom back out again. So for the next day here overnight, again, really cold, chilly temperatures there. 6 degrees. Looks like it could be as low as be in some parts of Scotland. Even 5 degrees in the morning there. So it could be quite chilly there. London, not too bad in comparison to others there. But overall temperatures, maximum be 14 degrees in some parts. Edinburgh 11 Friday afternoon. Dublin 14. Belfast 12 there. As we move into the later on into the day, we can see the temperatures again. Not really that high for temperatures there. Yeah, wind does look quite light there. Nothing really too worrying there. Again, it's pretty what we expected. It was frosty last Saturday night, says Counter Keith. Yeah, I definitely felt the cold. To be fair, I even felt the cold this morning. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But if we go into Saturday here, guys, we can see some of the temperatures here going overnight from Friday into Saturday here. Temperatures here. 12 degrees, Dublin, Belfast there, Cardiff 10, London 10, Manchester 9, Edinburgh 6 there. As we move quite closer in there, you can see some winds do start to pick up. This storm cloud that looks like it's gathering, looks like it's going to possibly hit probably Sunday, Monday here from the looks of it. Yeah, so we're not going to, so pretty much from Sunday, yeah, looks like overnight into Sunday morning there, it looks like we're going to be getting torrential of rain pretty much. Might get away Sunday morning, so if you've got any plans on Sunday, expect showers where you are, guys. You can tell from this, it's going to hit the whole of the UK practically. So, yeah, it's going to be coming everywhere there. Temperatures is kind of what you expect there. A little bit warmer for Sunday evening there. A little bit warmer, but nothing too much there. But moving into Monday there, we can see some of that rain is going to be around for a little bits and bobs there as well. So, so pretty much from Saturday onwards, we're going to be getting showers, I think is the best thing to say there. So next couple of days, and at the moment, weather seems pretty solid. Again, like I said, you can put your washing out, guys. So I wouldn't worry too much about rain forecast. But if it rains where you are, I'm just telling you what they tell me. I'm not the actual weatherman. I know some people like to think I am. There. Stephen Lee, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. When I lived in a flat, wind was the only weather that really made it super cold. Yeah, cold winds, like the wind can really do two things. It can really, when you have heat waves and you got wind, it actually feels good. When it's cold and then you feel the wind, you're like, So it can have positive and negative effects as the wind does there. Aliston Keir, thank you so much for the £2 super chat. Oh, how the DPR. Yes, the DPR, for those who don't know, is the Democratic Penguins Republic. So our friend Pingu behind us supports him and his country against the tyrant, evil tirade that is the Trump administration, who imposed tariffs on the Penguin Island and their people and their fellow ones there. There's a hurricane coming in. Is there a hurricane coming in? They'll say it on the main weather reports. To be fair, right. Let's get started, guys. Like I say, just for those who don't know, who are new here, we only go for an hour. We stop at around 12. We stop at 12 o'clock anyway, just for reference as well. We don't go beyond that there because I want to go and have lunch, and I know you guys want to go have lunch as well. So let's have a look at the Tory graph or the Reform graph or the Telegraph here. You're in spy territory now. How China pair allegedly leaked secrets on a Tory leadership race. Prince Andrew saw sex with me as his birthright. Virginia Gaddafel's book claims. Oh, God. Excuse me. The US is to create safe zones for Gazans fleeing Hamas. Safe zones. What? Well, then they're still. They're still getting shot at, right? Does America know that? Oxford student arrested after chanting "put Zeos in the ground." I'm assuming he's referring to Zionists there. Starmer defies Trump by backing global net zero tax there. Spy case key witness said UK wanted positive relationship with China. This is my suspicion as well. This is more about the economy and trying to balance security and economy here with China is what they're trying to do. I generally think a bit of that is playing into the decision making that was made as well. But we did talk quite a lot about it last night, to be fair. Greta Thunberg says she was tortured, beaten, and starved by Israel. If I'm generally honest, I admire her for what they did for trying to get to Gaza, but we knew that was going to happen. Unfortunately, there's not going to be any accountability whatsoever. That's the thing that angers me the most, is that everything that Israel does, they get there's no accountability for them. Whereas for the rest of us, if any of us did anything that Israel does, or its people do, if we did any of the things that they do, we would face accountability, and rightfully so. But for Israel, they get a free pass. EU's time border threatens new division in Ireland. Trump could offer refugee status to Europeans who oppose migration. There isn't... okay, that's an interesting one. Fake Madeleine suggests parents tried to murder her. Oh God, please! I can't stand the Madeleine McCann story anymore. I really cannot, guys. We bought an Arctic puppy. Now he's beside a Shetland pony. Wow, that is a very big dog. That's a very big dog. I will say that. Night vision goggles on drones used to track down illegal migrants. The government is at risk of betraying the grooming gang victims. Rees admits tax rises being considered in the budget. Basically, tax rises. We already know tax rises are coming. We don't need it's not rocket science. Is there any other stories worth looking at from the Tory graph? I can't open most of them because I think most of them are behind paywalls. But I'm only just looking at the headlines from them. To be fair, guys. The next article, the next website, we'll be able to open up a couple anyway. Sweeney urged to come clean on secret Scottish independence plan. It's a secret plan. They're doing a secret plan. Oh, my screen even? Oh, I thought something was wrong there. The Scots are doing a secret plan to gain independence, guys. No! That's how it comes across to me. There's a secret plan. Of course there's a secret plan. God, you think they're going to tell you everything? Starmer defies Trump by backing global net zero tax. Starmer admits he knew that China's spice case was collapsing, but did not intervene. Any other interesting stories? No. BBC programming should be less diverse, says BBC program should be less diverse, says viewers. Okay. Well, I don't watch BBC programs, so I can't actually comment. I mean, if I'm honest, like my partner who watches Strictly Come Dancing has never said anything about diversity or complained about it at all. One thing I do know about that program, and I don't know how many of you actually do watch it, I don't, but she does, is that they have sometimes they have I don't think it's every show, but they've had shows in the past where they've had two men dancing and two women dancing together, like and it's like doesn't bother me at all, sort of thing. But for maybe some people have a problem with that. I don't know. I don't know if that's an example I could use or something, but yeah, you can speak for yourselves, really, to be fair. Right, let's have a look at the Independent there. Bear Wolf, says Ellie. Yeah, that was quite a... Yeah, I didn't want to open the article, guys, because this is a Telegraph. Let's not give it any more playdance than it needs. Anyways, let's have a look at the Independent here. They'll have something here. China is a national security threat to the UK spy case, official warns. Of course it is. Bombshell evidence exposes new details of China spy allegations. Is it stuff that we've already learnt from yesterday? Newly published witness statements shed fresh light on the case, alleging that Christopher Cash told Christopher Berry, "You're in spy territory now." The government has published witness statements in the now collapsed case against the two men accused of spying for China following an extraordinary row of the COVID. 3 statements provided by the Deputy National Security Minister, Matt Collins, as part of the Crown Prosecution Service case, which repeatedly described China as a threat, were published as part of an attempt to draw a line under the growing questions of the government's evidence. Oh, they actually published it already. That's good. It came after CPF dropped the case, deeming the evidence that it did not show that China was a threat to national security, but the evidence also reveals extraordinary new details about the allegations, including one alleged China spy told another, "You're in spy territory now." Mr. Collins also alleged in his statement that information was leaked to China about the Tory leadership race. One witness statement shared with the CPS in the 2023 alleges that Beijing recruited Christopher Berry, one of the alleged spies, to use Christopher Cash as a subsource with access to the China research group, the CRG, the parliamentary estate, and to at least 2 senior members of parliament. Both Mr. Cash and Mr. Berry have denied all wrongdoing. The evidence also identifies a mysterious figure called Alex, who is said to be Mr. Berry's handler. The file said he was identified by the Metropolitan Police SO15 counter-terrorism unit and alleged to be an agent of the Chinese state. Mr. Collins' statement alleges Mr. Berry was tasked by Alex to obtain information and analysis about the inner workings of the British political system. Some of the information passed to Mr. Cash by Mr. Cash to Mr. Berry and then to Alex was confirmed to also be in the possession of senior CCP leader, the witness statement has said. And in July 2022, the witness statement accuses Mr. Berry of meeting with a senior CCP leader in Hazgos-Azevsky. Mr. Cass was allegedly made aware of the meeting via voice notes responding, "You're in spy territory now." The witness statement also claims that Mr. Cash passed on information about the Tory leadership race held between July and September 2022 to Mr. Berry, telling him that the Tory MP Tom Tugendhat, who was at that time not a minister, was likely to obtain a cabinet position from Rishi Sunak. Sounds like they've seen Tom Tugendhat as a threat. Tom Tugendhat is one of the more common sense conservatives in that party for all the shambolic that they have. Just before I carry on, thank you, Alison Kidd, for the 5 gifted memberships there to Artibus, Mr. E, David Gerardo, DJ Marty Moo, and Indie Duck Melody there. Thank you so much for that, for your support, my friend. Appreciate it. Person says, problem with the spy case, who would trust those guys in the future? Not guilty in law, but guilty by accusation. It's a bit of a no man's land. Definitely. The thing is, it's like we honestly don't know the truth. We honestly don't know what was really said behind closed doors. We can only go by the information that we've got here. Mr. Berry is then accused of passing this information on to Alex, in which he indicated this position for Mr. Tugendhat would be in exchange for his support on foreign policy matters. Mr. Cass is said to have told Mr. Berry that this information was very off the record and that he definitely should not tell Zaig's interlocutor. Mr. Berry indicated that Alex and his senior CCP leader showed considerable interest in how many appointments within the UK political landscape would change UK government policy on China, Mr. Collins has said. Their interest was so much so that the senior CCP leader was asking specific questions about each MP within the Conservative leadership election one by one. He also said information about a possible promotion for Mr. Tugendhat to a department that has a significant role in shaping the UK's China policy would have allowed China to ascertain the possible direction of the UK government, particularly on China relation issues. I said it last night and I've said it here. What do China want? Influence. That is exactly what that is here. The witness statement also claims that Mr. Cash told Mr. Berry that Tory MP Jeremy Hunt was likely to pull out of the Conservative leadership race and back Mr. Tugendhat, something Mr. Cash told Mr. Berry was very confidential, adding, definitely don't share with your new employer. The information was subsequently passed to Alex by Mr. Berry, the witness statement said. On one occasion, Mr. Berry was allegedly able to provide information to Alex within 13 hours of being contacted, which Mr. Collins said indicates to me that they may have been used to inform real-time decision making. Mr. Collins' witness statement also alleges that Mr. Berry told Alex that James Cleverly, the then Foreign Secretary, did not think sanctions were an effective tool when it came to the imports of products from Xinjiang, where China had been accused of committing crimes against humanity against the I can't say that word. I know people have said it. The Uyghur population. The witness statement also alleges that Mr. Berry passed a tasking from Alex to Mr. Cash, offering Mr. Cash cash payment if he could respond quickly. Mr. Cash is said to have told Mr. Berry that the ban on the imports of products from Xinjiang would not likely come into force until well into 2023, as well as allegedly saying that the government was not planning to take measures that could harm the prospects of doing business with China, Mr. Collins said. In a statement, Mr. Cash said he had been out in an impossible position. He said, I have not had the daylight of a public trial to show my innocence, and I should not have to take part in a trial by media. Statement that have been made public are completely divulged of my context that would have been given on a trial. Furthermore, the assessment of information shared would have been the subject of a root and branch challenge. Those assessments would not have withstood the scrutiny of a public trial. Yeah, it's tough for me to on from my perspective here. It does smell like to me. They really I don't know. I'm generally curious to what MI6, British intelligence services, what they are doing in this behind closed doors with the British government, because they will be concerned about this. I'm sure they will be doing something about this behind closed doors here. The thing is, as long as MI6 and our intelligence service hasn't been infiltrated, is it possible that they could have influence within our British government? It's possible. Do I think the Labour Party has been compromised by China? No. There was also, I heard a point as well, is that this is being blown out of context, that China doesn't have that much influence in the UK. The honest answer is we just don't know. And it doesn't, we just don't know. So we can only take it as value. Say Uyghur, Regan. Is that how you pronounce it, Counter Keith? Uyghur. Is that, yes, the Muslim population that are consistently being undermined and yeah, I do need to. I've never covered a story on them on this channel. I really should, considering I cover a lot of really tough things. I really should cover that. Counter Kid, thank you for that pronunciation. What's this up there? Everyone has to say bye too early. Got to take my wife to the dentist. Hopefully it goes all right for your missus, Scott. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Higher taxes for the wealthy will be part of the story, says Reeves. Yep, Storm Vales have published crucial evidence, which we just read. I am not interested in what Margaret Thatcher has to say. Readers on receiving a life-changing diagnosis by text. Johnson must take responsibility for immigration spike, says ex-ally. Boris Johnson doesn't take responsibility for anything. You're talking out of your arse when you're asking him. You're asking Boris Johnson to take responsibility. You're talking about Boris Johnson here. Ricky Hatton's sons vowed to keep talking about mental health. Good. Good. Mental health is a very serious thing. It's not something you should talk about every day, but it's something you need to remember that is happening. British teenager survives 10 days in Thai jungle after eating insects. Authorities launched a search to find 19-year-old Lawrence Storer Hart after he had disappeared. Found alive after going missing in Thai jungle, where he reportedly survived for 10 days. Launched a full-scale operation. Lives in a Thai Russian mother who lives in Cambodian province. was discovered after he stumbled across a remote Buddhist temple on Sunday. Wow. His mother reported his disappearance after she noticed suspicious activity on his son's email account linked to the hotel over 300 miles away he was last seen. Pictures have emerged of the teenager looked immaculate after the police found him, local media had said. 10 days. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Yeah, you got when that's quite an extraordinary thing. Crypto worth 67 million found hidden in Bitcoin fraudsters' trousers. Wow. Labour's bank spying bill will bring unprecedented surveillance. Is this exclusive from them? Government warned new counter-fraud powers risk creating horizon-scale scandal. The government's controversial bank spying bill threatens to create an unprecedented level of population-wide mass surveillance. Several leading campaign groups and charities have warned. They urge ministers to overhaul the plans. Labour's new fraud, error and debts bill is currently in the final stages of the House of Lords. It's set to become law later this year. Goddamn adverts. Go away. Sorry, guys. Just trying to close the page. Here we go. Set to become law later this year. It forms a central part of the Department for Work and Pensions plans to crack down on benefit fraud with new powers for the Department of request information from claimants, bank accounts and their deductive funds directly from them. Led by several Liberties campaign groups, Big Brother Watch, an open letter to new Work and Pensions Minister Pat McFadden called for critical changes to the bill. It warns that the measures threaten to have a significant human impact, which will be disproportionately felt by disabled people, older people, and carers, and those living in poverty. Signatories include all these are widespread concerns about the algorithmic fraud detection software wrongfully identifying benefit claimants for investigations, subjecting them to lengthy and intrusive processes. Yeah. Well, for rights groups to slam the measures, arguing the amount to unfair discrimination against welfare claimants. Yeah, this is. It is quite shocking that the government is willing to give a department well known for its failures to protect disabled people like DWP new powers to introduce algorithms to troll vast troves of accounts at once. We are across society only beginning to come to terms with the damage caused by giving over crucial bits of the state to unproven, undemocratic technology. Yet this government seems content to repeat this with its bill. Sue from Manchester told Big Brother Watch about her experience having to clear her name following an wrongful flag by the DWP, which accused her of having multiple undeclared bank accounts. She said, I had to get a letter from each of these banks to clear my name, as none of the banks answered the DWP. The mental anguish that has caused me is unbearable and nearly sent me under. I hate the department. I hate the DWP. They run it like a business. They don't run it like from a humanity point of view. I hate this so much. They are more concerned about the finances, the money that comes in and the money they give, than they are about the well-being of the people that they're supposed to be looking after. You're supposed to be there for the fucking people. That's what you are. That's what this government's supposed to be doing. That's your whole point of it. And you're more concerned about counting the bloody pennies. In combination with the bills of debt recovery plans, the law could have catastrophic consequences. The letter adds, as it brings the potential for funds to be deducted from a claimant's bank account wrongfully. And I'm sure this has not already happened already. The key power that will enable the DWP to request banks to share financial information within its agency is called the Eligibility Verification Measure. That's the EVM. It means that when the department sends a notice to a bank or financial institution, it must comply with the request. This will not include details of transaction the DWP has concerned. The information the institution can be asked to share includes information about the account holder, including the name and date of birth. Agents can also ask for the bank account sort code and account number, as well as details about how the account meets eligibility. Why do you need all this information on people's bank accounts? This is so intrusive. Ministers say the government is introducing these powers to be able to determine if an individual is eligible for a benefit that they are claiming or have applied for a base in their financial position. For example, holding over £16,000 in savings generally will render someone eligible for universal credit, except in certain limited circumstances. So their argument is, this is the government's argument is, we need to make sure you're not lying about what money you have in your bank account. So we need to access it because we don't trust you. That's literally what they are saying here. The measures will be implemented over 12 months in a phased approach, working with small numbers on the banks initially. This is them basically saying we don't trust the public. We don't trust you if you come in claiming benefits. No, we need to make sure that you're definitely poor and you have absolutely no money whatsoever. You need to tell us about every single bank account, and we're not going to take your word for it with your bank statements showing how much money you've got in your account. No, we actually need to access it ourselves and see it with our own eyes, rather than you sharing a bank statement that says this is how much money you have in your bank account, even though it's a perfectly verifiable piece of paper that tells you how much money you actually have in your bank account on that statement from the bank itself. This is bollocks. This is overreach from the government. This is the kind of thing I would like. This is something I would expect from Reform, but we are hearing this from Labour. M&S issue recall of chocolate treat. That can't be good. The world's highest bridge opens the traffic to China. I'm sure we looked at that a while ago. Witchy Goth, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Martin Harrow, hello, good to see you there. I don't know if I said hello to you earlier. Alleged spying at Chinese spies about information. Sorry, Donald Trump, that's not why I call it a peace deal. They fought with Britain in Afghanistan. Now Taliban are taking their revenge. How are they taking their revenge exactly? Kremlin denies Trump a warning that Russia's economy will collapse. Russia, now, I know we want it to collapse. Putin does have backup plans. He's got backup plans, yeah, to try and protect Russia's economy. Believe it or not. I know it sounds crazy, but he does have backup plans for the economy. I do recommend, obviously, if you want to know everything about Inside Russia. I mean, there's lots of great YouTubers out there, but Konstantine's channel, Inside Russia, does a live stream almost every day. Really has some fascinating news about Inside Russia. If you really want to know stuff about him, I recommend checking out his channel. I definitely love to have him on that one. He's too big, yeah, to get him on my channel. But I would definitely love to have a chat with him about Russia in the future. He's got very good sources. They will come up with sanctions on your spending, and they will penalise as they see fit and change the laws to allow this. Yeah, because they will want to. Basically, it will get to the point where if you have benefits, right, it's not just going to be Labour. This is going to be Reform, right? If you are on benefits, they will want to see every single penny that you have in your bank account. They will want to know everything that you are doing with your money, every single penny. They want to know exactly what you are buying, what you are spending, what you are doing with it. That's what they want to know. They literally want to control you because you are because you are gaining entitlements from the state because of X, Y, Z reasons. And if it's bad enough for a lot of people out there who are already suffering from the stress and the mental mindset that these people have to go through, people who are on entitlement. Do you honestly think that anybody wants to be earning entitlements, to be sitting on benefits, to be sitting on entitlements from the government and not actually earning money for themselves? There is a minority that do, but the vast majority who are in that situation. Sometimes it's circumstances because of their own. Sometimes it's circumstances that is not because of what they've done. It could be circumstances that are out of their control. There's a lot of people in these situations are there because they didn't want to be there, but they've ended up there for some reason or another. But what we continue to miss in all of this, especially from Westminster, is the humanity in all of this, the dignity, and the self-respect of humans, and the care about humans is completely gone when it comes to government management on this subject. They don't see them as human beings. They see them as scroungers taking money off the entitlement system. That's how they see it, rather than actually human beings that actually have issues and that we should be looking at them every single case and seeing what we can do to help them. Not how can we get them off the system, how can we help them? That's the question that they should be asking, is how we can help them, not how can we get them off the system. That's the question that the government should be asking every single one of these people. Britain has lost control of its borders. Mahmoud admits. I said this yesterday or day before. I said this was a stupid comment to make because that's basically her washing her hands, saying she can't get control of it. That's basically what she's saying there. Beijing is a threat to UK. Warns spy case official. Ceasefire is oppressor's term that says pro-Palestinian protesters. China spy case. Defense experts warn of catastrophic attack on UK's undersea cables. Yes, I don't know if we can open this one. Is it behind a paywall? Yes, behind a paywall. I do think that this is a very serious concern, and we need to make sure that we are protecting our undersea cables here. This is a very serious concern because you will have the likes of Russia trying to cut these off. We know they've been doing it around Norway, Sweden, and some of the Nordic nations there. We know they've been trying to. They've denied it, but I would not be surprised whatsoever if they tried to do us, and we should be concerned about that. We really need to make sure that they are protected. Whitehall data breach gives secrets to China, an exclusive from the Times there. British border officers are sent to Balkans to stem the flow of migrants, apparently. Tax rises may be needed. China hold on UK infrastructure from nuclear power to Heathrow. Yep, that's not surprising. Beijing is a threat to UK. Khan wants Oxford Street pedestrianised as soon as next year. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. As a Londoner, I absolutely support this. We do not need those roads on Oxford Street. We don't need them. Get rid of them. There are as big as those pathways are, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Get rid of that road on Oxford Street. Does not be needed. Just pedestrianise it. The sooner they do that, the better. The sooner they do that, the better. I am all for that. I'm all for that. This is another great idea from Sadiq Khan. Another great idea from him. Lambeth Councillor charged with sexual assault to join committee. Scottish COVID inquiry costs $1 million a month, according to the Times. SNP ministers misused their emergency powers to free prisoners early. This is what they're saying. They have an exclusive there. Former Liverpool midfielder Clark said to... Okay, it's a football. Not interested. Sorry, guys. Sorry for football fans. Welfare challenges as child disability surges after COVID is what they are saying there as well. So that's stories from the Times there. Let's have a look at the iPaper, see what they're saying here. Ditching triple lock would save the budget, IFS tells Reeves. Don't think the pensions will be happy about that one. Explained, Labour wants migrants to have A-level standard English. Will that reduce numbers? Possibly. The sign number 10 could be rethinking pledge not to raise income tax. How Reeves could save $12 billion without cutting disability benefits. I'm sorry. Who writ this? Who writ this headline? Generally, who writ this headline? Chloe Chaplin there. Okay, this is behind paywall. Chloe's obviously a fucking idiot. Asking a question like that. How Reeves could save £12 billion without cutting disability benefit. Maybe don't cut $12 billion from the most poorest people in society. I'm sorry. That's just... Chloe's obviously a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I just got to call her what she is. You're going to have a headline like that. It's just blatantly insulting when there are many ideas that you could do to raise that money. I don't know. For example, we've got quite a huge amount. I mean, we've got 3 million millionaires in the UK. We could ask them to pay a little bit more tax, as an example there. We could ask the big businesses to pay a little bit more tax there. There's those who own second, third, fourth homes. We could ask those who have multiple homes to pay a little bit more. We could do something about, the landlords as well. There are millions of ideas that you can make £12 billion. And your idea is to cut disability benefits. How can they do it without disability benefits? Just so fucking stupid. What Labour has promised on tax and how that could change the budget. Extra tax on builders' rubbish could be scrapped to hit 1.5 million homes targets. Thank you, Alston Keir, for the £2 super chat. Did I miss any? I didn't miss any other super chats earlier when I was doing rants, was I? I didn't, did I? No. I was just going scrolling up, just making sure I did. One less to hit the goal. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, if anyone can help us reach today's super chat goal, be greatly appreciated. Let's have a look at the front of the iPaper here. If they've got anything else worth looking at, just at the headlines at least. I don't want my 100k salary. The loss of free childcare. The loss of free childcare isn't worth it. Digital IDs to buy alcohol by the end of the year. Here's how it could work. Well, if everyone's going to have mandatory digital ID, everybody's got to show ID anyway. Well, if you look a certain age, you're going to be asked for ID anyway when you buy alcohol. Like, you can't go to the self-service, and scan alcohol, unless somebody comes over and assists you. Like, rising COVID cases see surge in private tests. Breakthrough for people with MS and coalition that could end a lifetime of drugs. Resident doctors caught in the NHS staffing crisis. This is some of the stories there from the iPaper there, guys. Excuse me. I've always provided my bank statements, as Witchigoff. Yeah, and they want more. No, they it's not enough for them. It's not obviously not enough for them. No, they want to actually see what your accounts are saying. It's going to get to a point where no, they actually want access to it. Like, the bank statement tells you everything you need to know. Everything that's money that you take in and out, any kind of payments that go in and out, they see it. They see it on the bank statement. What more do you need of that? It's not like are people who are on benefits and disability really going to go out their way and try to forge their bank statements? Like, is that where we're going? Is this where we're going here? Like, because I would not be surprised if reform start making. I could not be surprised whatsoever if a reform government says, well, we can't really take these bank statements so seriously from these benefit claimants, so we're going to need to access their accounts because we think there's a couple of people who might actually be giving us fraud bank statements, so we need to actually access them themselves. Like, that's where we're going. I'm off for my run. No worries, Witchigoff. You have a good run. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. My brother told the bank to F off when they asked who I was. My brother works 6 nights a week. We send money to each other on birthdays. He does, and he does have kids. If reform get in, I'll join you on the boat or plane. I'd love to join you on the boat too, but my partner is not doesn't like boats, so I can't join you for it, I'm afraid. Although if you have me for a week on a boat, I'll join you. I'm sure the missus will be fine. I haven't been on a boat for a long time. This is the... Oh, I should switch over my screen, actually. This is the Financial Times here. Reeves needs to fill £22 billion, the black hole in the public finances, the IFS is saying. Spy case witness statement we looked at already. Reform Russia, forced to reject a slew of unlawful donations there. Reform Russia. UK economy grew 0.1% in August there, according to our gross domestic product. UK energy bosses sound warning over rising household bills. Yeah, our bills are going up. Can we do something about this? Answers on a postcard, please. UK proposes compensation scheme for victims of China's Bitcoin fraud. UK's local authority pension giants warn against the more merging of assets there as well. Let's have a quick look at the homepage. Just have a look, see what they're saying. The FT. How Trump's companies made $1 billion from crypto. Oh, they've made more than that. They have made more than that. Big investor scale back risky bonds after exposure after storming rally. Any other stories here? French MP Macron survives no confidence vote. Oh. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Traders at top hedge funds take home 25% of profits. Any other interesting stories from the FT? Reform Russia. Nessel to axe 16,000 jobs as new Bosch intensifies cost-cutting push. More people on the dial, guys. Yay! More. Well, we use AI more. We'll use artificial intelligence more. We don't need all these jobs. We can get AI to do them. That's what that is. Trump says he's considering strikes on Venezuelan soil. Don't do that, please. Trump says Modi pledged India would stop buying Russian oil. You actually believe him, Trump? Oh, you're so funny, Donny. You actually believe what India are telling you. You honestly think India believe you? They're just gonna try and do it more quietly so you don't hear about it. So, Byline Times. It's been a while since I've looked at Byline Times. Just a reminder, we finish at 12 o'clock, guys, in time for lunch, just so you guys are aware. We don't go further than that as well. Martin says, I had to transfer my sister's inheritage to her in the US. The hoops I got to jump through is ridiculous. They just don't trust people. You know, there's such a severe lack of trust in society these days. It's so bad. Yeah, make sure whenever you talk about reform the political party, you say reform Russia. Reform Russia, guys. That's what they are. I've designated them as Reform Russia last night. So for those who weren't on last night's live stream, whenever you talk in any other chats, just keep using the phrase Reform Russia, not Reform UK, Reform Russia. So what's Byline Times is some of the pieces they've got here, because it's been a while since I've looked at them. Keir Starmer's Brexit is bad. Let's make it a bit worse strategy. The stolen children scandal in Syria exposes a deeper problem in SRS care. Oh my God. The Conservative Party must log off social media and start engaging again with the real world. That is a great headline. That is a great headline for something that makes so much sense. Conservative Party members and whistleblowers Sergei Crisco reports from the empty halls of its conference in Manchester and finds a movement that is fast running out of supporters and ideas. Ouch. Ouch is all I have to say there. That's a very good... That headline speaks a lot of volumes there. Comrade Farage. Yeah, you can say Comrade Farage as well. Stunned Farage admission he knew nothing. He admitted he knew Nathan Gill, but not his criminal association, and does not stand up to scrutiny there. Of course he didn't know anything about the Russian connections at all, because we didn't show any connections. We didn't show any of that last night in the live stream last night, did we, guys? The attack lines that could hurt Nigel Farage. I covered that ages ago. Thick as thieves, Nathan Gill and Nigel Farage's Putin problem. Farage admission he knew Nathan Gill. Family of Gaza activists from Starmer's constituency criticising for not helping for the detainees. Yeah. Yeah, where were you, Starmer? How Trump's Gaza peace plan could quickly crumble. It's already crumbling there. Thank you, Mr. President. Blue Labour, that's an old one. Any other interesting stories I haven't seen here? Morgan McSweeney's factual Labour takeover has left Keir Starmer looking increasingly alone. Yep, backing Morgan. Yep, you know you got to keep your daddy Rupert Murdoch happy by keeping his stooge Morgan McSweeney in his place, haven't you? The media let misogyny thrive. It's their job to call it out. The media must not allow Reform UK to push the narrative that immigrants are putting women and girls in danger. Yep. It's an old story, but yeah, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Some good stories there, from good headlines there from Byline Times, that's for sure. Let's have a look at the BBC guys, see what they are saying there. No, oh, that's Sky News. I want BBC. There we go. Thank you. You mean social media isn't real life? No, it's not. I'm afraid, Peter. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm so sorry. Anything that the BBC we haven't already read. Baroness Manon's linked PPE firm misses deadline to pay £122 million. Okay, so what do we do now? Like, can we have an international restaurant for her now? Can we get an international restaurant for her? The Department of Health and Social Care won a legal case. High Court ruled that some of the company's gowns were supplied. Yep. Time of national crisis. Yep. We know about all this. Cute. I'm just looking to see what they're. Yeah, I know. I'm just looking at what step are they taking now okay, we've missed the deadline. What are they doing now? That's the question I'm asking. Controversial UK oil field publishes full scale of climate impact. Developers of Rosebank oil field said nearly 250 million tonnes of planet-warming gas could be released from using oil products from the field. The amount will vary every year, but by comparison, UK's annual emissions in 2024 were 371 million tonnes. The field developer said its emissions were not significant considering the UK's international climate commitments, but opponents called it an emission of the vast climate change damage that the project will cause. Rosebank is an oil and gas field which lies about 8 miles northwest of Shetland and is one of the largest undeveloped discoveries in fossil fuels in UK waters. It's said to contain up to 300 million barrels of oil and some gas, and is owned by Norwegian energy giant Equator and British firm Tasia Energy. The field was originally approved in 2023. Public consultation will now be open and will run until November 20th, 2025. Okay, so we've still got that. Energy Secretary will then decide whether to support granting consent for the project. He may still do. Cabinet Office rejects Cummins China breach claim. Yeah, Dominic Cummins, in an interview with the Times, Dominic Cummins said China obtained vast amounts of extremely secret information from the UK's Security Service and parts of Whitehall. He told the paper the breach was a cover-up after he was briefed on the compromised data in 2020 when a senior aide to then Prime Minister Boris Johnson. In response, Cabinet Office says it is untrue to claim that the systems that we use to transfer the most sensitive government information have been compromised. Cummins says China breaches high-level systems used to transfer so-called STRAP material, a government classification for highly sensitive intelligence data. In the interview, he said compromised information including material from intelligence service, material from national security secrets in the Cabinet Office. Things the government have to keep secret. If they're not secret, they are very, very serious implementations for it, he said. He said the Cabinet Secretary said we have to explain something. There is a serious problem, and he talked through what this was. It was so bizarre that not just for Forrest, but people in the room were looking around saying this. Am I somehow misunderstanding what he's saying? He added, what I'm saying is some strap stuff was compromised and vast amounts of data classified as extremely secret and extremely dangerous, and any foreign entity to control was compromised. Cummins also claimed that the breach was covered up. If the MPs want to finally have an inquiry about it, I'd be happy to talk about it, he said. The former government security official told the BBC he was mystified by Cummins' claims. Okay. So what are you going to take take what you will from Dominic Cummins. I don't trust that snake anyway. That's absolutely disgusting. Scottish Conservative leader acid attacker denies parole. My God. Scottish Conservative leader Russell Finland has welcomed the news that the man who attacked him with acid 10 years ago has not been... it was 10 years ago, sorry. My apologies, I'm going mad today. Oh, this was 10 years ago. Mate, they made it sound like this was recent. Miliband defends clean energy power. European rights body urges lawyers. Recognising Palestine state can help get ceasefire there. Katie Ames, Keir Starmer has just ignored us. Yeah, Keir Starmer's ignored a lot of people, to be fair. Let's have a look at the front of UK. Thousands in the UK sue Johnson & Johnson's over talcum powder cancer risk. A major legal claim has been filed against the UK against pharmaceutical giant, accusing the firm of knowingly selling baby powder contained with asbestos. What? The claim involves 3,000 people and focuses on internal memos and scientific reports that have been seen by the BBC. And its mineral-based talcum powder contains microforms of talc. Both materials, when classified as asbestos, linked to potentially deadly cancers. What? Johnson & Johnson denied the allegation as well as any claims knowingly it sold baby powder containing of asbestos. Yeah, there's like Johnson & Johnson. Like I'm sorry. Like I don't think that they would intentionally put people's lives at risk. Johnson & Johnson. I don't think so. I do admit they are a big company. The action mirrors intensified litigation in the US when multiple lawsuits have been filed and claimants have awarded billions of dollars damages. Losses for the claimant estimate the source damage could extend to hundreds of millions of pounds, and the claims could become the largest product liability in British history. This could destroy the company. I don't know how much value. I don't know how big the value of the company is, but this could really destroy them. That's really going to harm their reputation. Wow, we've only got 4 minutes left. BBC viewers worried about political interference, bosses said. Let's switch gears because we've only got 4 minutes left. Let's have a quick look at Sky News and The Guardian quickly here, guys. It's front of UK here. Regan's cause of death given an inquest. It's terrifying. Watch as drones fly above prisons housing terrorists. An exclusive widow who helped husband die with dignity won't face charges. Interesting. Dating out rapist who faked death and fled to the UK to appeal conviction. Oh my god. Tax hikes again. Severe blow for the UK's bid to become a minerals superpower. Oh god. £30 ready meals launch. Fake tech scams warning there. How children with send from poorest families are being left behind at schools. Not good enough from the government so far on that. Senior MPs launch formal inquiry into China's spy case collapse. Chancellor warned tax rises ahead of the budget, and a bunch of analysis there. That is from Sky News there. If you want to have a look yourselves. Let's have a look before we just got a couple minutes left. Thank you, Alston Keir, for the £2 super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Ministers respond to the China spy case again. Reform UK accused of sowing division in Wales in a Rowley TV by-election debate. Let's have a quick look at this. Party leading opinion polls come under fire for weaponising immigration as candidates in Calico's clash. Been accused of sowing division over immigration in the southwestern Valley before next week's crucial seed by-election. They've been criticised for using immigration to score political points rather than treating them as individuals. To be fair, we kind of know that they were doing that anyway. Proposed UK cuts to global aid fund could lead to 300,000 preventable deaths, says charity. Millions of people are going to die across the world because of the cut in foreign aid from UK, US and other countries. So, unfortunately. Urges Labour to extradite ex-soldier while still in power. UK ministers met fossil fuel lobbyists 500 times in its first year, power analysis shows. Why do you need 500 times? Lobbyists attend 48% more meetings than Tories as Labour accused of giving them a backstage pass. $500 times. And this is supposed to be a party that's transitioning to green energy. Thank you so much for Alston Keir for another £2 super chat, another one gone, and that last one there just to reach today's super chat goal. Thank you for that. I appreciate your support. 48%. Have they got the numbers? Just out of curiosity. I need to cover this in a video. I should cover this in a video. Actually, you know what? I might save that story for tonight. Perhaps we might talk about that tonight. Myself, One and Angry Pagan, and read a bit more into that. Got about a minute left. Gruesome video. Social media pushes distressing news to children. Experts say. Proposed cuts there. Any other stories? We got any other stories here? No, doesn't look like it. Those are politics and analysis pieces there. Okay, I think that's about everything we've got here. We've got everything there. Just have a quick look what you guys are saying in chat before we head out. Given the time they're not sitting, that's pretty much 2 meetings a day. 2 meetings a day. And by the way, that's just meetings. That's not I don't know if that includes video calls or WhatsApp messages. Like how much of that has been taking place as well. Definitely raised a lot of questions for sure. So guys, myself and One Angry Pagan tonight at 8 o'clock. Join us for the EcoFlake show if you can. We'll be talking about all things environment, climate, and anything relating to our planet, our beautiful planet. Do join us for that tonight at 8 o'clock. Myself and One Angry Pagan, please do. Next week Thursday. It'll be the round table discussion. Be myself and Graham Price, Power to the People. I have 2 more slots I still need to fill. I have asked someone else, another person. Reached out to someone to help fill one of the slots. I still have 1 more to fill. I might see. There is. I'm not sure who I can get at short notice, but I'll see what I can do here. But I just want to say thank you everyone for coming along today. Thank you, Alston Keir, for the super chats and the gifted memberships as well. If anybody else gave up, just double check. I didn't miss. Did I miss any? Did anyone else give gifting memberships besides Alison Keir today before I go. So I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. I don't think so. No. Okay, today. That's fine. Well, I appreciate everyone, you guys being here. Thank you guys for being members. For those who are YouTube members as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you guys are doing. Check out the short videos that are dropping as well. As do check out Rumble and Patreon. There'll be video dropping today on both those platforms as well, which are free to watch. You don't need to pay for them. They are free to watch as well. So do check them out as well. But enjoy the rest of your days, whatever you guys are doing. But before you go, if you can, just please hit that like button. Greatly appreciate it. Share this across social media. Subscribe if you haven't already. Do consider subscribing to the channel. And thank you all so much for watching. And I hope to catch you all very, very soon.